Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm BorderWise and welcome to From the Depths. And welcome indeed to this confused looking plunderer that's being torpedoed by something. So, this video is quite a spontaneous one. It just occurred to me while I was thinking, what have I not done in From the Depths in a very long time? What can we mess around with? And, well, the answer came to me that the one kind of vehicle that I pretty much never build in From the Depths is structures. And, well, structures tend not to live on the ocean bottom, so why not put one there? And so the result was this. This is a teeny tiny defensive torpedo bunker that is very effective for its cost. I am not entirely sure how cheesy this is. There are ways to counter it. I have done various tests, and I do not think this is a particularly broken strategy, because on the one hand, yes, it is very hard to detect. This thing is, well, it's made entirely of rubber, so it's got a very short sonar detection range and is in fact completely invisible to passive sonar. But on the other hand, it can't move. And, it can still be hit pretty easily by particle cannons and remote guided torpedoes and all that stuff. So, balanced is probably the wrong word, but it's a thing you can do. And certainly if you are, I don't know, if you're needing to play defensively for whatever reason, sticking one of these at the bottom of the ocean is, well, reasonably cheesy, but also a great way to buy yourself time, because this kind of thing is very cheap, and this isn't a particularly strong example. Just over 8,000 materials, just firing small frag torpedoes, and in fact fires them... Where is it? Where is it? There it is. It also fires off its decoys off the same battery as its weapon, so it doesn't need passive sonar or anything. It's just got this one wireless snooper in here for detection. Let's actually turn the paint off so you can see what is what down here. Full of resource storage, got ammo right at the extremities. Will die if it ever gets hit, but that's fine, because almost nothing can hit it. So yeah, and it's currently making mincemeat of this plunderer, because its tiny decoys, which it constantly spits out, just floats above it, and that's enough to distract basically all torpedoes. Yeah, and I should just show you just the detection ranges with this thing. So IR is, well, basically nothing. Sonar detection range is very little, 91 meters when you're right on top of it. And if you're right on top of it, that means, well, your torpedoes can't really aim at it. And also, it's firing its torps straight up into you. Passive sonar is 0, so if we zoom all the way in, that's a big fat 0 you can see right there. This thing is completely invisible to passive sonar. Radar detection, of course. Where is the wireless? So the wireless detection range is, it's there, so it's not completely invisible. But I find that if I remove the wireless snooper, this thing doesn't even fire its weapons, because it's got really no way of detecting it at all. And compare that with our friend over here, which is full of wireless stuff. So yeah, that is a definite advantage with these things, is that they're super sneaky. And of course, really, you could make a rubber sub with ion jets on it, and it's like, well, that'll basically be the same thing, but there's something for... This is cheap. Ion jet submarines are not particularly cheap. This thing is cheap as hell. You can plonk it down basically wherever you like, and if it's no longer on the front line, you just scrap it and get your resources back, and it's all fine and dandy. Jolly good. So, one last thing to show you. This is definitely not just a cheese guide. This is more fun video. I skipped straight to building a huge missile version of it with a giant frag penetrator torpedo. And very similar thing, it's just, it's like this. It's stuffed full of resource storage because it can't exactly go and move back to base to get it. Ammo on the extremities, which is perhaps not the best idea. I'm just kind of used to doing that because, well, I am. Probably a better way to make these things is just to make them out of heavy armor and then cover them in rubber, rather than making them straight out of heavy armor. It does make them way more expensive, but this thing is 80,000 materials and it's just got the one weapon. Which also, similar to the first one, just fires decoys constantly, so it doesn't need passive sonar. And similar detection things, so infrared is basically nothing, and sonar detection range is also basically nothing. It's about 200 meters detection range, but, well, 300, but that's when you're right on top of it. Like, you'll see from the front and from the sides, 61... for the front, 57 for the back, 77 for the sides. That's really not a lot. This thing has a very low sonar signature, and, yep, completely invisible to passive sonar, and wireless detection range, it's just the wireless snooper again. This is a super, super sneaky bunker. Suitable, well, it would be suitable for a supervillain, except it's about as luxurious as a brick for a pillow, so... yeah, so what it is good at is putting holes in things. So here, let's see. I did actually stick a seat on this at some point, but, yeah, kind of not, like, you know, there's no good place to stick the seat if you want to keep the top of it as sonar-proof as possible. So let's just shoot the Plunderer again. So these are kind of prototype torpedo bunkers. But I actually tested this one, or at least 3 of them in a row. Well, yeah, they were in a row. See, Plunderer torps are nice and distracted, and I will just cliffhanger, and you'll see here. Yep, distracted they are. And that was a terrible place to have hit. But that is the price you pay with frag torpedoes, is that sometimes they don't go where you want them to. So let's follow these torpedoes instead. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I did actually test like 3 of these at once against the Megalodon, and they actually managed to put a hole straight through the underside of it. And, did another torp get fired? I don't think so. Did it? Oh, there it is. And, yeah, so a bigger, badder version of that might actually be a pretty decent way to, you know, eat the mech. We just removed a turret. You know what? Huge missiles, I simultaneously hate them and love them. I really do, because, you know, I don't know, they're just so lovely, but they're also so hateful. There's a lot to love, a lot to hate. Basically, they're great when you're using them, not so great when they're being fired at you. Come on, one more for Eddie, and then we gotta shoot at the Megalodon. Just so as you know. Oh yeah, another disadvantage of the structures I just realized is that, I don't know, enemies tend to spawn in quite close, but you can't really adjust them, man, lovely damage. But anyway, just want to show you how well these things do against the Meg. Not super well. Let's spawn in 5 of them, shall we? Let's spawn in 5 of them. Keeping in mind that 5 of these things is around... Ooh.
Listening.
If I merge these together into a fleet...
Listening.
Okay. For some reason, I thought there was a quick way to see, I don't know, the cost of all these things. Anyway, 80,000 materials times 5. Those of you who know math, you can figure that out. I don't know math, I'm just going to spawn in a Meg. So we can all see what happens. Spoiler alert, they're not going to manage to kill it, but they are going to put a hole in it, right up until it brings its Sea Whiz around and just shoots all the torpedoes down. Also, the particle cannons tend to just destroy the whole thing. Ooh! Looks like they missed. So at the very least, that initial volley is lovely. Well, that one got destructed. Wow, those particle cannon... these things actually going to manage something? I don't believe it. Although these guys, yep, well, that's unfortunate. Jodia. Scratch that one right there. Oh, but now the guns are happening. Yeah, because those bottle cannons only need to get lucky once. And yep, there's the Sea Whiz. It's doing its job. It's doing its job. Yep. So yeah, this is not an instant win against the Meg. Just so you know. Just so you know, they're not that cheesy. But, they are fun, though. These are great fun against the Stronghold, so let's see that next. This is just an excuse to... I don't know. This is just an excuse now to watch my torpedo bunkers put holes in things. And I have no shame. I have no shame. These things did not take long to make, by the way, because they're rubber boxes with an AI, ammo, material storage, and torpedoes on top of them, so... The Stronghold is great fun to shoot at with these things, simply because it's so big. You get a real good sense of just how deep these large frag torps can penetrate. It's lovely. It's lovely jubbly. It looks like none of them have been destructed. And it looks like we just popped an ammo compartment. Mmm, yummy. I should have looked at the damage numbers. That would have been nice. Let's get off this thing. Let's get off this crazy train. This crazy ride. Yeah, the fact they don't have very good detection does mean the turrets wiggle around an awful lot. Those turrets might not actually be needed, but it's just handy to get the torps pointed in the right direction. These things also have one-tons on them, so it's like extra foolproof. Just to get them going in the right direction. And have these things... Oh yeah, another great thing about things that are so stealthy, they tend to make craft shoot themselves. And bang. And before anyone asks, yes, these things, their fragments are rigged to aim slightly outwards. And now they're flying. These three torpedoes... Oh, that looks quite cinematic, actually. These three torpedoes have decided... to, you know, pursue a pacifist lifestyle, away from war. Come on, we gotta sink this thing. We gotta sink this thing. Come on, one more. This is fun. It can't hit us. Tee-hee-hee. Can't hit us at all. Yeah, this is definitely cheese against, the factions that are not good against submarines, so... And you got distracted. So yeah. I guess we can leave it there, because you get the idea. Rubber underwater bunkers can be a real hoot. They're, I don't know, they can be a real great horned owl. Woohoo! I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Time to end the video. Anywho, so thank you. Ooh, I did it again. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps. And there's fun perks in it for you. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell. Just gotta wait for this, though. We gotta wait for this. Oh, yummy fragments. Okay, now, seriously. Farewell.